As dawn breaks over Florida, we're on a Royal Navy Merlin helicopter heading east over the Atlantic. An hour of flying takes us about 140 miles off the coast of the Sunshine State. And this is our destination. It is also the pride of the Royal Navy. HMS Queen Elizabeth has been on the Westlant 19 deployment since the end of August. Nearly 2 years since she was commissioned, she is here for the latest stage of operational testing. The aircraft carrier and her company have already done months of their own sea trials. This deployment is about testing and developing capability to work with others, leading a carrier strike group. And it's seen a moment of history. This deployment is the first time in 9 years that British jets have landed on a British aircraft carrier. The cuts of the 2010 Defence Review axed Britain's last aircraft carriers and Harrier jump jets, leaving the UK temporarily without carrier strike. It was dubbed a capability holiday, but nearly a decade on, that holiday is now almost at an end.
This has been a long time coming, but it has been a really good, seamless Royal Navy and Royal Air Force set of activities that has allowed us to come to this point today. This is about crawling, walking and running, and we're coming out of crawl into walk, as was always expected at this stage.
This is a test and learning experience for more than 1,000 people on board HMS Queen Elizabeth. But the biggest test is almost certainly for the F-35 pilots, because while American planes have flown from this carrier, until now the British jets have only been flying from and landing on solid ground. Doing that at sea is very different, with a potentially moving target and a much more confined space.
It's quite unique actually. It's a different skill set. We've prepared very heavily, as you'd probably imagine, in the simulators both at Wharton and at Marham itself. We've done a lot of training beforehand. Well, I think we're pretty well prepared, and that training has paid off here, but it's still, as I said, it focuses the mind. It is a new thing for all of us, so it's quite exciting actually.
What was going through your mind as you came in for that first landing?
If I could remember, I would tell you. I was so focused on get it exactly on the spot in good order, and then strange enough, the bit that we hadn't been able to practice too much was actually obviously taxiing on the deck of the ship. So what I didn't want to do was do something terribly wrong first time on the deck. So the landing actually, I think, went pretty much exactly as we were hoping.
The UK has invested billions of pounds in this ship and these planes, all of them fifth generation, the newest class of carrier strike capability, some of the most advanced in the world.
This ship is absolutely huge. This is the largest ship the UK Royal Navy has ever had. From that end to the other end, 280 metres those planes have got to take off with. That though is about a sixth of the runway they've got at their home base in the UK, RAF Marham, but because of that ski ramp, those jets don't even need the full length of this carrier to take off.
Well, nearly a decade has passed since British planes last flew from a British carrier. For some, the experience isn't entirely new.
I used to fly Harrier, GR7s and GR9s back in the 2008-2009 timeframe. It really is a generation or two on from that. So the automation, the ability, the sense of fusion, the ability to switch from one capability to another capability seamlessly really is what stands this jet out as a fifth-gen aircraft.
The arrival of these jets on this aircraft carrier doesn't mean that the capability holiday is over. Britain does not yet have operational carrier strike capability, but the Royal Navy and Royal Air Force see this test as a huge step to getting that capability back. They expect it to be declared operational around a year from now and to be deployed in 2021. The future of British air and sea power is not too far away.
If you enjoyed watching this, click on some of the links around the screen to watch some of our other videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.